Hi! As I so often do, I want to talk to you guys today about mental illness. So I've been watching these videos on YouTube just about borderline personality disorder, which is something that I have, and different aspects of borderline personality disorder. And the number one thing that I find they all have in common, and not just with each other, but with the perspective of the psychiatric community overall, is that whenever dealing with mental illness or dealing with therapy, people focus on the negative aspects of someone's personality type or someone's mental health issues. And something that is important for all of us to recognize, especially those of us who do suffer with mental illness, is to understand that our mental illnesses come along with pros. They come along with both. So I regularly refer to having borderline personality disorder as a blessing and a curse, because while there are many things that I struggle with because of it, there are also things that I'm so amazing at and things that I'm so grateful. And you know, I'm really, really great at feeling empathy, because people with borderline, they do feel a lot. So I do feel a lot of empathy. I really care for other people, and I'm sorry, but that's not a bad thing. So whenever you're going through therapy, or whenever you're just working through something, even on your own, not just with a therapist, but at any time, it's really important to focus on the pros. What has your mental illness taught you? What has it given you that you wouldn't have without it? And how can you focus on that positive relationship with yourself, you know, in correlation to those gifts that you have received due to being different than others. If we can focus on the pros as much as we do the cons, I think therapy would be a lot easier. I also think it would be a lot more effective, rather than just saying this is what's wrong with you and this is what we need to do to fix that. I think the key to fixing the flaw is in the gift it gives us. Does that make sense? So, I'm a very empathetic person, right? I'm gonna use myself as an example because I can only really speak on my own mental illnesses. So for BPD, I'm very empathetic. That is the gift that has been given to me for feeling a lot. So, with borderline, it's really common that whenever we're upset, we can treat others like garbage. I mean, like, horribly. We don't tend to, be violent toward others. We tend to be more violent toward ourselves and more self-destructive, but we do tend to say very, very, very hateful, cruel things. So I get really mad at people, right? And I'll say really hurtful things to them. So what is a way that I can use this gift of empathy to work on, you know, being cruel to others? By using it, that's how. So by using the empathy I have, I can recognize the humanity within someone and be more forgiving and more understanding of their flaws and of why they would treat someone the way that they have. And then I don't have to partake in that same behavior of treating mankind in a hateful way. So that's just one example, but really think about your own life and your own struggles and, you know, what mental illnesses you deal with, and really sit down. I've done this, sit down, write out a list of the pros and the cons, and start with the pros. And if you can't think of any pros, start with cons, but it's always just wise to try and start with the pros, so that you can really focus on what aspects of your personality you do love and what are good. And if you can't think of an aspect that you love, ask someone else, because I know what it's like to be in that place too. Some days we can't think of what's possibly good about us. So ask a trusted friend or family member, and then really think about how you can use the pros of your personality type or of your illness to balance out the cons, because good and evil are just a perception. Light and dark work together in everything, and if we can use that to benefit ourselves and to benefit mankind, what's the harm in that? Anyway, this is just my thought for now. I just wanted to share that, and I've kind of said the same thing in a previous video. I just don't feel like I focused so much on this, and I really wanted to dedicate some time to this, and it is probably something I will make another video about later on down the road, maybe scripted, that is a little bit cleaner and comes off a little bit smoother. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much for being here with me. You know, if you have any suggestions or any video suggestions or any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I try to respond to all of the comments that I get. But yeah, love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye!